I'm joined by Gordon. This is Gordon's own car, or it was until recently. So tell us about this car and why you bought this car originally, because there was a reason why you bought this car originally, wasn't there?
Apart from the Bentley Azure, I've always wanted a Bentley Continental R, which is this car. Two-door coupe, stunning looks, very, very big car, very long car. But it was the first Bentley. It was the most expensive Bentley at the time that they've ever produced, even today.
So how much was that new?
It was this one was £180,000, and they could be slightly more depending on how you spec them. But as I say, they were the most expensive car, the most expensive Bentley that they've ever made. So even if you calculate up today, the story is that still is the most expensive Bentley.
So like the comparison is sort of a few £100,000 today,
£400,000.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, definitely. And the thing was, this was the first Bentley as well that was built on its own platform. So up until then, they always built Bentleys on Rolls-Royce platforms.
Right.
Rolls-Royce chassis. This was totally its own car. And it was a bit of a saviour for Bentley. Bentley had financial problems at the time, and they needed to come up with a radical design, and that's what they did. And when I got this car, like I always do, I wanted to make it the best I could. It had age-related marks. There wasn't really any rust to speak of. A couple of pieces, but they were properly cut out. But the main thing was that I painted it, and I painted it back to the original metallic green, and it's what it is today. It had a transmission leak. We did all through that. The car is completely served, but it's my car, so it would be. You know, it really is the most beautiful, stunning car. The other thing as well, you'll probably notice you sit quite high in this compared to other Bentleys. That's because all the braking system and everything runs underneath the floor, between the floor and the bottom pan, which makes you sit slightly higher, which is quite a commanding position to drive.
What I find quite fascinating is the car is absolutely enormous, but doesn't feel it inside.
It's very quick, because obviously you've got 6.75 turbo. So that's a really, really fast car. And it's probably the best part of 2.5 tons of car. And you are looking sort of 6 seconds to 0 to 60. And the other thing as well, they came with a fairly standard 4 or 5 spoke wheel. And as I said earlier, I mean, my passion for Bentleys has been with me a long time, and I really wanted to have an Azure, which is this car in a convertible. But the Azure wheels are something else, and you can't get them anymore. I actually found one and thought, what do I do? Do I start a collection of getting one at a time, really? And that's what I decided to do. So talking to the guy who had the one, he suddenly announced that he was going to change all of the wheels on the Bentley, and he had another 4 with brand new tyres on. So I made him an offer. He said yes. I got them back, and they'd been sort of painted in that horrible chromy paint. So I sent them to a wheel refurbishment company. They took all of that off and put them back to the original silver. And that really sets the car off. I mean, it takes it up to a slightly another level, and it's quite a standard modification for them if you can find the wheels. The wheels, if they do come up for sale, can be as much as £2,000 each.
And you've re-chromed the radiator grille as well, haven't you?
I did, yeah, and that was only because it's been rubbed through from feverishly polishing it in a previous life that it's had. The car was long-term owned. It was owned not far from where we are now, but it wasn't the reason we bought it. I bought it because it's the car that I've always wanted. And to be quite honest, I think with anything I buy, I always want to take it to that next level. So if I'd have bought one that I considered was at that level already, I'd probably ended up doing the same amount of work on it again, because that's just what I do. But no, everything's the chrome. A lot of it's stainless anyway, but the front chrome grille is just pivotal to the car. So
am I right thinking some people colour code?
Yeah, well, not some. Well, probably some people do, but a lot of them were colour coded.
Right, okay.
From factory. You could really sort of do what you wanted to do with these cars. You know, it's like any hand-built car. You know, you spec it to how you want it. I mean, some of these cars were in those times. You know, we were talking sort of early to mid 90s, were, you know, anything up to, you could easily spend 25,000-30,000 pound on extras. This car hasn't got it, but we have got the original invoice for the car as well.
Yeah.
And a lovely history file with it, as you know, and we've obviously documented everything we've done on it as well to bring it where it is today. It's a beautiful car. Woodwork's lovely, leather's lovely. The car is lovely. You know, it's what it is. Everything works on the car. So as you can see, two-door coupe. The length of it now, the size of it now obviously becomes apparent. It looks a very big car. These are the Azure wheels. Now, the Azure wheels really do set it off. The originals were, as I say, 4 or 5 spoke. They would have been green labelled. Now, with the complement and the actual paintwork we did, the car has had a total respray in the original metallic.
Which, amazingly, I always think this car's blue.
It does.
And then you actually see it in the sunlight and you realise it's green.
Absolutely, yeah. If it's under artificial light, it definitely looks dark blue.
Yeah.
The leather, as I said, is superb. It's magnolia, piped in spruce.
Is that great? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
piped in spruce. The front grille I had done, as I say, it had more of a polish through. It wasn't rusty or anything. It was just a polish through. Just wanted to bring it to that next level, so I had it completely re-chromed. Most of the other stuff on the car is stainless. There's not a lot. There's actually not, for a car of this era. There's not a lot of chrome on it. You know, you'd think the chrome, chrome bumpers, you associate that with all Rolls-Royces and Bentley, but that hasn't got that. Quad headlights, 6.75 turbo, say 0 to 60, 6 seconds.
And has the whole thing been painted?
Everything,
but
the
just
whole
painted
car.
Just to bring it back up rather than painting it desperately needed it.
Yes, there was age-related marks, as they say, all over it, and that was just like little tiny scratches. Even when you clean them, you got dust on them. We originally just thought, well, we'll give this a really good polish. Let's look at all it needed. And that's always the way you find what your car's like. Wash it.
Yeah.
If you wash your car, then you think, oh, I wish I had done this. I wish I'd done that. So all that was done. Really, there was very little to do on it. Engine-wise, had been completely serviced. We did have a very small transmission leak. That's been done. So the car is really beautiful, and as I say, it's mine, so it was always going to be of that sort of level.
Yeah.